here we go. So let me my notes here real quick. And if you're in chat, give me a shout, say hello. See, my follower count went up again. Thank you very much for those who followed. Yeah, we are looking at the Eleventy site that I'm doing for a restaurant that I've now managed to do over 3 times now. So that's great. Hopefully I got it locked down this time. So let me pull this up here. Cool. So basically, this is what the finished product's sort of going to look like, because the fonts are going to change. I'm working with Scott Kellum and Typetura, and we are going to change that font. Because right now that font is, I believe, if I remember correctly, that Crimson Pro. So I am choosing Typetura for the fonts because that will, one, relieve the load time for the site, more performant, I hope. I might change these. This is a list of, for people with allergies, you know, they're going to look at that and say, oh, that's got dairy in it, I can't eat that. These, I'm pretty sure I'm going to take out the letters and I'm going to just make them smaller. Yeah, they have a height and width. But for now, we're going to leave them like that. But what I got right now is, this is just the HTML and CSS. What I got now is this, because I've had to go back and rethink my strategy on it. So, still early on. So what I'm going to do is, I have notes here, so I'm going to, and basically what I'm doing is, I'm taking, I took Andy Bell's Learn Eleventy from Scratch course, just to see how he did his workflow, and I was really highly impressed with it, and a lot of it, actually all of it, made sense. So I wanted to do something similar, and eventually I'll do something similar with my site. But for now, this is what I got, and let's go back here. Don't think I'm going to need the terminal in here right now. What I'm going to do is, I'm on home. So basically, what I'm doing is trying to cut up. This is where my dilemma lies. Is this all in here from the logo down to this black line under where the allergy list is. That's the header. We're going to come way down here. The whole site's basically one page. Will there be lobster rolls on this? They're actually, is there? There's lobster meat. They do have lobster rolls, Ruben, and I'm pretty sure they, if I didn't put them on here, you know, I think they have them for a special. I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything. So I'm going to check into that. They do have lobster rolls. They're pretty good, and I highly recommend them. So, yes. I hope so. So let's see. Back down here. From this button to download the menu down is the footer. What I'm going to do in between, I really don't know yet. And how I put that in Eleventy, I also don't know yet. I've got breakfast and lunch, which are pretty much the two main categories. And then, of course, breakfast is broken up into these, you know, wraps, waffles, etc., breakfast sandwiches. So I believe it was 5 subcategories of breakfast, 5 subcategories of lunch, plus 2 kind of non-categorized, like additions and lattes. Thanks, Ruben. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. So there's a lot of what am I going to do with the actual breakfast or the actual menu items, how I'm going to pull them in. And I'm thinking if I can pull them in with a JSON file and do it that way, I'd love to do it that way. We shall see. And who knows. But right now, I want to get the structure set up. So even if it's, you know, one section for right now, then I'll take that win. But let's go back to here. And then let's go back to that tab. So that's what's down there. So I want to fit in where the logo is. And that's going to be in the site head. So I know that that part is going to be the intro image and or the intro image alt. And actually go back here. And in 11JS, I am going to, in here, we are going to set directories pass through to the dist folder, and then we'll config dot pass through being one word, copy the images slash that. That way, the logo doesn't show up yet. Turn it off. The logo will be in the site head. So in or do I want to add, I think I want to add main. I want to add main to the base HTML. So let's do that. Let's get rid of that and that. Save that. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to add main. Hi, Claudia. Welcome to the channel. I didn't bring a pillow, so I have nothing to cry on right now. So please be nice. Into main, I'm going to add tab index equals -1, and I got to put quotes around -1, and then an ID of, did I have an ID? Oh, cool. I haven't seen any pictures of Ash lately. How's Ash doing? How are you both doing? Main, I don't think I had. Oh, wait a minute. I don't want main in, that's right too. So I gotta go back and, all right, let's do this. I got an idea of main content on here. Right? That would help. Okay. I'm going to take that out again. And I'm going to put that back in here. Because my setup is going to be slightly different. Save that. Save it. Cool. probably won't change for a while until I start getting into the footer, or the header, the footer, and the main content. Oh, good, good, good. Good to hear. I heard Worcester was trending on Twitter today, so I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. I actually was going to say something on Twitter, but I didn't get around to it. I saw some people, oh, what's going on now, or what's going on this time. So now, the only problem with adding main to the home layout is going to be, oh, no, that shouldn't be a problem at all. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah. I did see a tweet that said Worcester with the H in it. So yeah, it's all making sense now. You figure a Kennedy would be smarter than that, but apparently not. So now, I'm going to go back into home, and we're going to add where are we going to add that? Because this is part of the reason why I was having issues. I'm going to add a partial here. Even I know better than that. His big thing is that he says he's out in the community. Obviously, not reading signs or messages. Yeah, apparently he's, yeah. That, I gotta answer this text real quick. Yeah, apparently that's a big issue. Alright, so apparently a few that I know are getting spicy about it, or a few that I've seen anyways. I don't even know if they're from Worcester, but I know that it doesn't have an H in it. So I'm just going to experiment here because I think I can do this with the partial. So I'm going to include partials slash site head.html, right? So there's that. Now, I don't have the partials directory up, so I got to do that. Make the directory SOC includes partials and boom, there's the folder right there. And I'm going to create a new file, and that's going to be sitehead.html. That I am going to add from here, that I don't need to, so it's going to be all of the header for right now. Copy, paste. I'm also going to add a class equals skip link and the button and href that goes to the main content, and then the skip the content. Right? Yeah, skip content. Save. All right. So from here, here, I'm just gonna save that. See what we got so far. Nothing. Good. It's not supposed to have nothing yet. I'm trying to think. So here, I'm going to put that's where the eyebrow goes. So intro.eyebrow. Save. And name. So this is going to be intro.name, and I don't have the summary yet, so that's going to be image, the image alt is going to be, so this will be the image here, image, oops, intro.image, right? Yeah. And intro.image alt there. That, check that, that looks good. All right, now let's go here. I want to check this. Looks good. I want to make sure, yeah, everything looks good. Let's restart. npm start. Yeah, that should be good. One main tag. Yeah. All right, that's looking good. Go back here now. What else I got? All right, now we're going to add the data file. So, underscore data. Boom. And right now, I think I got a design decision to make, and I'm going to make it right now. I think what I'm going to do is these are going to go. These are going to go now. Don't think it has to be that. I think if things are color coded, that's good enough. Well, you know what? No, because of accessibility. I'll keep the lettering. So I had somebody on an old stream say, well, why don't you use a definition list? And I said, oh, well, you know, that does make sense. But the way that I have this set up, this legend, which would be perfect for a definition list, but the thing is, with the lettering, it wasn't going to work out. Because you have, so this would be your DL. Okay, that's your DL, and then you have your DT, which would be select all of them. DT, no, not DT, DT. From there, span. I think your DD, my DD would be right here, but I need that span. So maybe if I put the DD right here. So there's that, and then you got DD. Now, these tags, I mean, they don't have to close, but I don't know why I call it a definition list. Yeah, it's DL with the DT on top of the DD. That's how they have it. So those are enclosed in the description list, which, so you have I am going to actually leave that alone until I find a better way to approach it. I'm sure, well, the way it's set up, I don't think I could. Oh, I could use the definition list, but all right, we're gonna go in the data file, create a new folder. We're going to go into the data folder. We're going to create a new file. It's going to be site.json. And then we're going to do this. We're going to do name DowntownGrille cafe. And then we're going to do URL. And that is DowntownGrille.cafe. Save it, and that's it, all set. Now we can go back here. No, that's going to be where did I put that? F. And the ARIA label, which is going to be equals site.name, and then dash home. Class equals head underscore brand. So what else is going on down in your neck of the woods, Claudia? While I figure out what's going on here. So, um, that might be the issue right there. See that? No. What? That's not supposed to be there. So, what do I got that I'm tripping up on here? I don't know. What's up? Wow. Thank you, Claudia, for the follow. Now, if I could only get this stupid logo to show up. This is the part where people are supposed to learn, but I can't even put a stupid logo. I can't even get a stupid logo to show up. This is awesome. Yeah, that's where that's supposed to be. partial. No. That's not right. Of course, that doesn't work. What? So, look at that didn't. Oh, you didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. It's not showing up at all. I have every. The tricky part. All right, I'm going by, pretty much going by Andy's course. But the problem is his end result is so much different than what I got. So I've been trying to pick this apart piece by piece and take small chunks and work through them to get the result that I have to. The first 3 times that I've tried to do this, the logo wasn't the issue. Now the logo's the issue. So now I'm trying to figure out where I'm going wrong and looking at my notes and trying to also look at what he's got. So yeah, it's not showing up at all for whatever reason. I don't even think, matter of fact, it's not even, if we look here, and it's probably, there's the H1, but the H1 is supposed to be the image. But then again, it's not supposed to be in menu. So I've got to take, I've got to go back and I've got to take menu out of there. But yet this needs to see, this is the tricky part where I got hung up on 3 other times too. Was this layout is not your typical, well, it kind of is. Header, content, footer with all sorts of stuff in it. It's header, content, footer, but the content has an aside and the content has stuff that I wasn't even thinking about right now. And the layout here, I've got to have, I'm in home right now, home HTML. So maybe, and if you see here, Or am I looking at this wrong? Let me take a step back here and take a look at this. I'm actually going to go here. So I have main with the div class and menu. All right. And main with the div class and menu. Okay, so, all right. That is supposed to be there. It just looked wrong. So, okay. You'd think I'd never done this before. Base. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. This. Part. Let me go back here. Go back here. So above the main element, which the main element is right here, you get your partials and your site head HTML. That's fine. So in site head, you have the site head HTML include in base. Yes. Give that a shot. Put that right there. Put that there. Main. Div menu. Okay. Structure didn't change. That's fine. It could go either way. I'll leave it here. It probably does go here. So the issue now is site head. And also the issue with the whole thing is I do not have a wrapper div. This is basically the header stacked on top of the content, stacked up on top of the footer. There's no wrapper div. I mean, I could add one, but everything would be just borked. So, yeah, not that it's bad, but that line that is partial. Yeah, I moved that here, which didn't change the structure, so that's cool. I guess you could put it either way in this case. That probably is. That probably works better or best here. Thank you. That makes more sense to put that include in there. So on his in lesson 6, he's got the include to the partials brand SVG. So that's what I'm trying to do here, but I have the logo PNG. And I don't know why his is in the partials. I had my logo, the logo in the images folder. So there's something that's not jiving here. Right, yeah. Still doing tutorials, not straying too far. Yep. And then right after the header is the main wrap of the blog content. Yes. Yep. And I'm almost hitting the hour mark. So what I'm going to do for right now is I'm going to take a quick break, and I'm going to be right back. Yeah, the SVG file is. Oh, he's got his in a SVG file, but the SVG file for that, I believe, was in the partials folder, maybe. If I have it. You know what? I have before I take the break. I have it. What did I issue? 33.netlify.app. So that's what I did. That was all the work I did. Maybe the PNG isn't included in your pass-through. That's a possibility. I don't think so because the other times that I did this, it was working fine. So I know I'm doing it differently than I did the other times because like I said, I'm trying to break it down. Um, yeah. No. You're on lesson 7, yeah. I am. Well, as I go through, I'm looking at everything and trying to figure out what I have to change in order for it to like coincide with what he's got to the point where it fits in with what I got, which is kind of trying to mash together an apple with an orange. So why don't I do this? Why don't I take a break, and I will be back in about 2 minutes. All right. So, yeah, I gotta fix that. That's not. I thought that was. Where did it? Where did I miss this? Let's go back here. SRC images. Yes, it's in the. That's the part that's. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Yeah. Looks like I gotta go back and do it again myself. Make sure I'm not running over my cord. Um, so that's better. That actually looks like I want it to look like for right now. Except for that, of course. So I don't have to. I don't have to. Yeah, it's different. My site, which uses Eleventy, is so very different because basically what I did was I took the the starter theme and I just can I changed the starter theme around and really didn't do a lot of what Andy did in his course. I did not do on my site. Um, so that's the big difference here, and that's what I'm taking these smaller bites of this so that I can make it work. Yeah. I like this workflow that Andy did. I think it's great. Um, so that's why I wanted to do it on this site because I have this site. But and I'm sure it can be done like how he did his course. It's got to be this site by way of modifying a star. Yes, it is. I worked with a few of the. I worked with a few of the themes. I worked with the Netlify Eleventy theme, with the Eleventy theme with the Netlify CMS in it, which was neat. I worked with Phil Hawksworth theme, which was cool. But I guess in order for me to really kind of even start to, if not get an understanding of this, I wanted to do this. Yeah, I think Eleventy would be good for a lot of different stuff. I don't do WordPress anymore because of, well, I moved Jekyll first, but then when I found Eleventy, I started using Eleventy. And I think if there's no need for a database, then Eleventy is just perfect. I like Eleventy a lot, so. And it's not tied down to one specific, you can use Liquid layout, you can use Nunjuck's layout. It's not solely a React thing, so it's got a lot of flexibility, and it's super fast. Yeah, I don't do a lot of WordPress anymore. Matter of fact, my last two sites that I used to do, one was a it was a high school hockey team website, and the other was a recreation parks and rec department, and I had them on WordPress, and things were just happening, and it was just a pain in the ass to keep maintaining it, and they were getting hacked, and the server really wasn't. I don't know what the issue was, but it got to the point where I was like, I'm done. So I have several projects that WordPress is way too much, so I'm simply cycle out. Yeah, I think WordPress can be overkill, and I see a lot of sites that use WordPress that are like, because WordPress is what I think they said 35% of the internet is WordPress powered. That's a lot. I can imagine the amount of sites that don't need a database that could use a static site generator like Eleventy, or even Hugo or something else. Yeah. So I got to figure out why the image isn't showing up still. As long as the animals like it, then it's all good. So I gotta get that. So would I include? I think I would. They do have a blog. They do not care that they have a blog. It's managed. All they care about, let me guess, all they care about is basking in the sun under the heat and eating bugs or worms or insects or grubs or whatever they eat, which is insects and grubs, I gather. I think this is where the include would go too, but it's not going to be partials. Let's just do this. And of course. All right, that's not it. Anakin has done a great review of a cat bed that was adorable. Did I update the path to the unit? I did. Maybe that doesn't go there. Images logo PNG. It's not that. It's not that. So who knew getting a PNG to show up on a site would be what I'd be doing for 2 hours today? Did it pass to SRC? Let's find out. If it's because I didn't put a / before it, I'm gonna. That / shouldn't matter though. So what is going on? You're not being annoying. Believe me, I get no. Well, I don't. I should say I don't get anybody in there. I get people in here on occasion, but mostly it's just. Mostly, I notice that is people just they come in, they see it. It probably looks boring to them because they're into something else, and then they duck out. So you're not boring at all. You know what? I had it working before, so I don't think that's it. There's something that I'm totally missing. And we're gonna get it working. Even if it for the last 45 minutes of this stream, I have to sit here. Yes, intro image is right here on line 6. Even if I have to sit here for the remainder of the 45 minutes, I will do so until that image works. Yes, this include. Okay, we take out that include, right? And we're left with that intro image. The image still isn't showing up. Even when we go because it's there, right? Yeah, I can do that. Let's go back here. That is called, what is that called? Good question. Look it up. So, I don't know what it's called. I know that's handlebars. So you have in your index MD file, yes, images BG toast. That's how he has it. So my image is the logo, just the logo. So images folder is in the SRC folder. That's being passed through, right? Input through the SRC folder, output through the dist folder. So this isn't the issue here. So that's not the issue. Layouts, home HTML. That's not the issue. That's not the issue. Yes, that is. What did I do? Take it out? Let's go back. So there's that. That's what I had originally. Oh, only 35, well, an hour and 20 minutes later. Oh, that's perfect. So, that's so stupid. Oh, that's so stupid of me. So, yeah. Yeah, I had that before. Oh, you know what it was? You know what it was? When I moved that partials to here, I bet. Maybe. Let's go with that. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Oh my god, that is ridiculous. I'm just gonna send out another tweet here that I'm streaming. I got a direct message from you. My tweets. Retweet. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Claudia Snell. Thank you, Andy Bell. Hey, that rhymed. All right. Moving right along, an hour and 20 minutes later. I am. He's got some good stuff. I like Andy. Some good stuff. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that. Now this is also another place where I've been getting tripped up. Was because I don't have navigation. So there's some stuff that the last time I did this, I got to, where did I get to? I got to, I skipped all the navigation. And then he had a call to action. I don't need a call to action. So I could skip that. I think I get to lesson 9 and then it started. I get to lesson 9 and there was an error and it wasn't compiling correctly. I need to go eat after I'm done here myself. All right, so we're going to go in here and we're going to do our first collection, which is going to be the breakfast items. There's breakfast items sorted by display order. And then that's going to be config.add collection. And then we're going to do breakfast, comma, collection. And then we're going to do return collection, collection. And we're going to get filtered by glob. That's going to be FFC breakfast star.md. It's good. And then we're going to dot sort d arrow function and then do number a dot data dot display order greater than number b dot data dot display order. And then we're going to do question mark 1:(-1). That looks good. Close that off. Close that off, and that should be good. So then underneath, I had fun doing that. I really, really did, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot of good stuff. I really like the workflow of that that whole course, and I would do oh, probably like 4 or 5 lessons here and there one day, and then, you know, go to something else, jump back on, do another 4 to 5 until I finished. Yeah, I liked it. It was really, really fun. This one's going to return the lunch items. And they're going to be sorted by display order. And I can pretty much copy this, paste that, and change that to lunch. And I'm going to change this to lunch. And let's go that this is going to be dot filter x arrow function x dot data dot featured 1e that and that's saved. So there's that. Now I'm going to come in here and I want to make another directory. It's going to be called tills, which ends up right here. And that and create a new file, and it's going to be sort by display order.js, and we're going to do this. Array turns array collection. Get rid of that. Oh. And then down here we're going to do module.exports equals collection. Arrow function. We're going to do collection dot sort A B. Number a dot data dot display order, and that is then number b dot data dot display order, and that's going to be question mark 1 colon -1. I think that's it. Yes. Down there. Over there. Save that. So let's save. Let's go look. Everything's still kosher dill on the pickle farm. Cool. back here, and how dare he make me type all that stuff just to delete it. And do const sort by display order equals require dot src slash utils slash sort by display order. Yes, that's good. Save it. All right, here's where I think I got tripped up last time with this. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do fig dot add collection breakfast collection. I'm going to do turn sort by display order collection dot hit. Glob. I'll be right back. All right. Get filtered by glob. Pass. C slash breakfast slash dot star dot md. That's good. That's not. That's even better. That. Then do turns work lunch items sorted by display order, then filtered by. Now his uses feature, so it's just right category for right now. And actually, I can do this. I can copy this, paste that here, change that to lunch. Change this to lunch. And then filter. X data category. Boom, that's done. Save that. Inside the partials folder, we're going to do a new file. I'm going to call it breakfast.html. Breakfast.html is going to consist of this, a repeated block. Now this is this is where I ran into the problem the prior 3 times. Since this is a repeating block of code throughout, I'm trying to figure out a way to do that without all of this. And there is a way. I know there is a way. I've just got to figure that out. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it in here. Now, this will be breakfast.title. This will be breakfast.summary. For this, I think in here will be 4 item in collections.breakfast, and then this is going to be item.name. This is going to be item.description dot item.prepared item.price Now, this is also this is also the tricky part too, because there's multiple allergens, and how am I going to split those up? Um, well, for right now, let's just put this. Let's do item.allergen. Item.allergen. Now, I can't remember if I can do item.allergen.dairy or hyphenate it. I can, actually. So let's do this. Item.allergen.dairy.eggs on the end of this. Okay, so that, in theory, should work. I don't have a JSON file, though. And then, so right here would be the N4. Go back here. Nothing's changed. It hasn't broke anything. That's cool. So in the home, we're going to come here and we're going to say all right, menu. Yeah. So right here is where I'm going to throw in the partials. Include the partials. Yeah, include partials / breakfast HTML. Feeding time at the zoo, huh? So in here, breakfast should be title breakfast it's called summary, right? Summary. Let's just do entrees for right now. And if we could spell breakfast right, that would be great. Break fast. So now check here. Yeah, I gotta return collection. Unexpected token. Unexpected token 11JS. They get rude if no food. Yeah, I get rude if no food. But only when I'm home. Let's go here. What am I? Error in your Eleventy config file. Eleventy.js. Unexpected token. Syntax error is song. Eleventy.js. Fine. Unexpected token. Still give me errors? Nope. Cool. So we don't have any errors. So this is as far as I got so far. So it's going better than I thought. Well, except for this whole charade of the PNG nut showing up because I'm totally borked that. All right. So here's the part 2 where he installs node fetch, but then he ends up uninstalling it, and then he ends up installing 11 cache assets. So let's do that. We're going to come down here, we're going to do npm install 11 cache assets. And got about 10 minutes left. Nothing on the calendar. Alright, that's all set. We're going to go in the data file, and we're going to make a new file, and that's going to be named, let's name that breakfast dot JS, and we're going to const cache wire at 11 assets. this. I'm going to grab the remote data for breakfast items. Turns back an array of objects. And then at returns array. Get that out. Module about exports. Async. Grabs either. Data. Const items. Wait. Dash. I just had a that was weird. All right. Since I don't have the JSON file yet, I'm just gonna make up. Yes, we're just gonna do DowntownGrille.cafe.api.breakfast.json. Comma. Duration. D, which is 1 day. Type the JSON. That I'm going to do. Return items. Ooh. Yep. Return items, and then we're going to catch X. And we're going to console log X. If failed. And we're going to return brackets. That's done. That's all set. All right. Where are you pulling the data from? I don't have. See, what I'm trying to do is I'm going to put all the menu items in JSON files. I don't have those files yet. I don't have a place for them right now. So that's just it's not an example. It's a temporary URL for JSON file. And actually, create JSON file. Create. There. Just as a note to myself. All right. With about 3 minutes to go. I made some headway. Definitely. Thank you, Claudia. I appreciate you being taking the time out of your evening to join me. I got a little bit left here to do. So let's do this. Let's go back to the partials and well, actually, I don't have to. Because I think we're good. Yeah, we got breakfast and we got entrees right here. And there's nothing, there's no data in there for now. So that looks pretty good. There wasn't a, there will probably, there was almost one when I couldn't find, figure out the whole, logo thing, but, yeah, I didn't mean to disappoint. Yeah, I got a little ahead where you are right now, and 8 and 9 really get into the meat of a couple of things, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun doing those. This is actually a good point to stop because I don't have multiple pages, so I'm going to actually probably hit Andy up at some point tomorrow and or tonight, and say, hey, I got this, and I should probably yeah, I could have done, I could have just sat there and did that whole thing in a day, but there was so much going on, and now that I've got a lot of different stuff off the table, I can devote more time to this. So this is actually good. And then, like I said, this is a good place to stop because I have some questions. And yeah, I think my next stream, I'm gonna change it up a little bit so that I'm not just doing the same old thing night after night. So, just to show you what I had been doing, I had been diving into Next.js, which looks really, really cool. Cool, I'll be here, yeah. I'll probably be doing more with what I've got going on for Next.js, which is, I even got the, yeah. So you're doing, like, they have you do a sample blog, and I can't remember where I left off. Ah, there's where I left off. Cool. Styling tips. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to dive back into this and do it because I think this looks really, really cool. And since I'm kind of gravitating away from Gatsby a little bit more, Next.js looks like a perfect replacement. Side by side, I don't know how the performance numbers are, but I would think they're maybe around the same. Um, so yeah, I'm probably gonna do this tomorrow, same time, 5 o'clock Eastern. Uh, just learning this, I'm really intrigued. This caught my eye. I had been, yes, very interesting. I had been hearing about it for a while. People on Twitter talking about it, so I thought, let's take a look at it. And as I was going through this whole thing, it just, to me, it seems like it's a lot easier than Gatsby. I mean, the Gatsby docs are excellent, and problems with them notwithstanding, I think from what I've gone through so far with Next, it looks like more my type of thing. I know a few people that did the same thing. They got into it a little bit, and like you said, they lost interest. And I had for a while. I was taking part in 100 Days of Gatsby, and I get into like day 40, and I was just like, so much stuff came down. And I'll show you what I did. Yes, yeah. I know. That's what I usually do. 3 or 4 days, and yeah. Maintaining 100 days. That's. I mean. Yeah, I like Eleventy a lot. Where All right, this one's from the Gatsby docs. This is from the Gatsby tutorial. Just a real simple blog. And who doesn't like pandas, right? So there's that. Let's go back. That's the one. This is the one I was doing for 100 Days of Gatsby. Pretty much the same thing as the panda one, except I experimented more with. Oh, I did 43 days. Sorry. I had Prism.js working, and then for whatever, well, it still works, but it's not. The styling is just, there was something about the styling. They had challenges you were getting in. Yeah, I don't know if you were getting the. Yeah, it is very green. It is very, very green. And a matter of fact, I bet it doesn't pass. Oh no, it's no contrast errors. So I got one error though. What's that error? Oh yeah. I'm not. No, no judgment. This is a no judgment zone. This, which I never could understand, why it doesn't have a language in the doc. You know, I don't know. Oh, I don't have any alt text for that either. But you have to download, or you have to. Helmet is the one you have to import. Helmet, in order for there to be the language, and I think there's another one to import for alt, or you could just hard code the alt in. And then that's the other one to Gatsby, but probably gonna dump that. So yeah, those are what I did. That's where is it? The Gatsby blog, the green one. That's the one I did for 100 days. Now after all this stuff, go away with Gatsby. I don't want to overthink it. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm with you there. It's hard for me personally to know that things are very, very wrong, or there's just something that doesn't sit well with me and I can't back it. I just can't. I also didn't hear anything about it that made me feel like I needed it. Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. There's just so much that's pumped out that, and I'm sure you know all too well. And we might have talked about this at an event apart before too. It's just overload, you know. This framework, that framework, and this CMS, that CMS, and said, but you can make static front end for WordPress, but there are other ways that are not so cumbersome. There is a way, yes. Um, I was actually looking into that before I heard all the other stuff. So yeah, um, I originally contacted Marcy and asked if they had a integration with Vue, and at the time she said no. Because at the time I wanted to learn Vue, and now I think I'm going to learn Next, and I am going to um, I don't know. I'm really sticking with 11. I just love it because it's really no hassle as far as I'm concerned. So I have things I'm supposed to learn for work and things I want to learn. There's no room for extras that don't provide a component. That's true. It's very, very true. I mean, you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste your time learning something that you're never going to use. I mean, I'm glad I dabbled in Gatsby because it got me used to working with React. But I think Next is where I'm going to turn to. Next. Yep. Yep. I hear you. Gotta keep moving. Yeah, React has been. I went back and brushed up my vanilla JavaScript skills, and then I started learning React. Yeah. Well, it's a good goal to have. Thanks to WordPress. What did WordPress? What happened with WordPress? I personally stopped using WordPress because sites were getting hacked. So static sites that and sites that don't need databases, like I said earlier, really. Oh, WordPress is built on React now. Use the API and make block script. Wow. I didn't. Well, oh, Gutenberg. Yes, I heard Gutenberg was. Yes. Well, that's wow. Hmm. All right. Well, I think so. To do the fancy stuff I used to do before. Yes. Um, I took. Well, I'm signed up at Level Up Tutorials. That's Scott Tolinsky's site, and I learned React through there and through using Gatsby. And I went through the React docs a little bit. And did I? I don't think I did that through. No, I didn't do it through Wes Boss's courses. And I think there was one other place that I went to learn React, but it came pretty easy to me. So I'll be right back. All right. Mostly keep having to restart this time. Yeah. So I am going to call it a day on here anyway.